Hello and welcome to Exponential-e Channel TV. This is an exciting new project that we're running where we're inviting partners, customers, suppliers in to our headquarters to talk about the latest technologies, new products and even the odd debate. Today we are going to be discussing the 5 elements of a successful partnership, and we have a partner in to talk to us, Natilik. Natilik have been working with us for many years, and I'd like to introduce Emrah, who's kindly come in to talk to us today about the topic. Emrah, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Would you like to give a quick introduction to our viewers about Natilik and the type of business we do together?
Yeah, certainly. So Natilik are a global technology and communications provider. We have presence in Europe, Asia and America. And we specialise in collaboration, contact centre, data centre, security, networking and of course connectivity.
Emrah, so in terms of the relationship between Exponential-e and Natilik, could you just explain to our viewers a little bit about how it began and how it evolved?
Yeah, so the partnership has been ongoing for just over 7 years. We were going through a stage where we were re-establishing ourselves, reinventing Natilik, and we needed to bolster our capabilities. In order to do that, we had to find an ISP that was established, knew what they were doing, and had the right tools to help us get to where we needed to get to. Exponential-e not only had that, they consulted us at a time that we needed the most, and we've retained that relationship through the years to where we are today.
Great, thank you, great insight. And obviously throughout that process, there's been lots of reasons why the relationship's worked. So that's exactly what we're talking about today, the top 5 elements of a successful partnership. So, if we were to really pick 5 that really stand out in order, where would we start? What would be the number 1 element?
The one that sticks out the most first would be compatibility. You've got to make sure that you are the right fit and feel between the two. Naturally, this will come over time, but it's important that both parties understand each other and cater to their needs. That's really the first focal point in any relationship.
No, that's excellent. That actually really resonates with us because we've got so many different partners, shapes and sizes, and it's important for us to understand that not everyone fits into that same box. So understanding what you need and vice versa is always going to lead to more success. Okay, that's a great start. So, number 2 on the list, what would you suggest is the element of a successful partnership?
Integration. Don't keep each other at arm's length. Make sure that you guys work together as closely as possible. For example, Pearlie, who's our channel account manager, she works from our offices, she works very closely on our bid processes, and so she's really in amongst the breathing and living life of Natilik, and that really helps her understand where we're trying to get to and how she can also have an input on getting us to the end result of that journey.
Wow, okay, brilliant. And moving on then to number 3, what would be the 3rd on the list?
Collaboration. Not only should you bring each other together, but you should allow input and collaboration, work together on these processes. Again, utilise the account team that you have around you. Exponential-e have a wide array of resources, use them. You have bid management teams, you have technical resources, bring them in, don't be afraid, they'll be of great value to you.
Yeah, we see that, and aligning the different departments as well from a resource perspective on our side with the right personnel and resource your side, that definitely helps. Emrah, the number 4 on the list, the element of a successful partnership. Over to you.
Communication. There's not always good, sometimes there's bad, and effective communication is honesty. Talk to each other, review, look back, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and that will help pave the way for the future.
Very good. Okay, so we're almost there. We have 1 more to go. It must have been a tough choice. There must be so many different things we could put in there. But what is the 5th and final element to a successful partnership?
Diligence. Hold each other accountable. Service reviews, QBRs, lookbacks, accreditation audits. Make sure that you keep yourselves in check. Make sure that you guys are holding yourselves to a higher standard. That way you stick out from the rest of the crowd. That way you have a unique proposition together.
That absolutely resonates as well. Accountability is one thing that I try and get all our account managers here at Exponential-e to follow, which is do what you say you're going to do and follow through with that. Brilliant, some great insight there to a successful partnership. Now, I think it would be quite good to talk about some business. So because of a good partnership, we've won some great business together. Which deal stands out for you and why?
The one that really sticks out, where we really worked together closely, where we've done something a little bit different than the rest, would probably be for Barrett's Developments. An RFI that was released back in 2019, took a year and a half in the making to get us to the end result of that RFI. We were able to deliver on a vision that Barrett's had from the outset. They had an aging VPLS network for one of the big tier 1 providers. They wanted to move into a new generation network. It had to be SD-WAN approved. It had to uphold the various different sites and use cases that they had across the UK. High speed, uncontended, high performance. And we worked together to make sure we could deliver on that promise. To do that, we had to use Exponential-e's expertise. We brought you in from the outset. He was involved in discussions, documentation, audits. We even had face-to-face meetings with the client. They even had office walkthroughs here at Exponential-e. They had a good open view of what your networking operations center looked like. There was really no curtain between the two. We lifted that right up from the outset, and I think that's what made us stick out from the competition. Technically, we were able to deliver on fiber services to these sites that they asked for. They had some very tricky locations due to their construction sites that they opened, but we were able to alleviate any concerns that they had quite quickly. And we've done that by, again, introducing them to your teams over here so they can fully understand the processes from start to end.
Brilliant. I think it was a great example of a good win, and again, showing us what a real partnership can do. Since the order's been placed, what about the relationship working on that project after signature? Could you explain a little bit around that and maybe something to do with the partnership that's helped us keep the customer happy throughout the delivery?
Yeah, absolutely. That service has only grown since then. We now have additional sites that are being onboarded. They're now utilising mobile SIM services from Exponential-e. You guys have a plethora of services that you offer, and Barrett's utilising every single one of them. That relationship has gone from strength to strength, and confidence also. We've been able to utilise that experience and apply it elsewhere, and again, it's helped us stick out from the crowd.
Emma, thanks for your time. That was fantastic. Great insight to the topic that we wanted to discuss today. The last thing we want to do is always invite our viewers and our partner that we've brought into the head office to ask us a question. So Emma, is there a question you'd like to ask me on behalf of Exponential-e and the channel business before we close today's episode?
It's been no secret that the last year or two have been quite challenging for everybody, particularly our industry. We look forward to leaving behind what's been very difficult times. What is Exponential-e's intentions to move forward and adjust to what is now a slightly different landscape that we're working in? How will you adjust and cater to your needs of your partners?
Wow, what a question. Yeah, it has been a tough time for everybody, our industry and many, many others. I think there's a few things that come to mind. Firstly, being approachable. It's always been something that's we've held very important within our channel business, being easy to do business with. So we need to maintain that. We need to make sure we're still well known for what we do, but also the additional services and additional values we can offer to our partners. Secondly, being adaptable. The market's changed. Vertical markets have changed. The way customers are wanting to do business and procure products. We need to be able to adapt with our partners and the way they want to procure services from us. Thirdly, something we mentioned earlier, being accountable. Accountability, doing what we say we're going to do. The way that customers, again, like I said, are procuring services, we need to make sure we're responsive, delivering upon the way that our partners expect us to deliver in bids, meetings, designs, and also post-order, absolutely executing what is expected of us. Finally, the thing that we've really focused on is actually digitalising the interaction with our partners in Exponential-e. We've always been, I believe, more than just the portal, more than just, can I go to a portal for a price? Can I go to a portal for an update on my order? That said, we have had to digitalise our interaction, so we are and have released a new partner portal, white label material, training, the ability to view billing and opportunities and interact with your account management team on live orders and orders that have already been placed. That said, we're still here as a team of account managers, and we like the relationships we have, which are personable. Face-to-face meetings will continue. I hope there's more of them this year especially. That's something that I personally have missed. I'm not sure about you, but it's what we need.
Me too. Yeah, look forward to the future. Look forward to working with you guys closely. And very exciting times coming ahead for all of us, and look forward to seeing the unravelling of these new tools and ways of communicating that you guys are embarking.
Emrah, thanks for coming in. A pleasure to have you as always. And for those that are watching, hopefully that was a good insight to our first part of Channel TV. We look forward to welcoming you to the next episode.